so I basically won. So they better be sorting out my earnings in a timely fashion. Let me just turn around, hit my little dancey thing. What you say? Oh, that you only meant well. So I recently looked back at my old videos on the channel and noticed that I haven't made a Halloween video in over 6 years. And even though this video is not going to drop on the actual day of Halloween, I can still get my little spook on, you feel me? Make you clench your blankets extra tight tonight, have y'all staring at random dark spots in your room while you're home alone. So with all that being said, I have a pretty spooky story to tell, so go grab your popcorn, dig in your dresser for them pumpkin PJs, and get your toes all cozy in bed, as I tell you the most frightening night I've ever experienced on Halloween. So this story takes place back in 2013. Around this time of my life, Halloween was one of my top 3 favorite holidays of the year. It was something about a cool autumn night, prancing around your neighborhood in your little costumes with the homies, knocking on people's doorsteps, yelling trick or treat, and getting more candy than little Timmy hitting the jackpot on the neighborhood creeps minivan. What the hell? Where's the candy at?
Y'all know y'all gonna have to turn up tonight, right?
Oh man, take me back to simpler times. But you see, me and the bros had a different type of tradition. Me and 3 other friends would go to the suburbs of Chicago and play a well-known childhood game known as Ding Dong Ditch. Some of you delinquents may be familiar. Shoot, y'all might be active participants. You ring a person's doorbell or knock on their door, hit the 10-mile dash behind a car or bushes, anything to really keep you hidden, and watch as someone comes out of their house, dumbfounded that nobody is at their front door. Some ding dong ditchers would repeatedly do this until the person either stops answering the door, comes outside looking for them, or... And that's just a brief rundown of how the game is set up. Now, let me tell you our version of ding dong ditching. So we had a point tallying system, keeping track of how many houses we hit throughout the night. And see, instead of just coming up to people's houses and ringing their doorbell, we had a different type of tradition. We would walk up to the door, turn around, proceed to raise our foot in the air, and give 3 loud ass kicks to the door. The type of noise that would get P. Diddy War flashbacks. And to top it all off, after the 3 kicks, you better do your best king impersonation, cause you are standing on business, facing away from the door for a solid 10 seconds. And see, that might not sound like a lot to y'all, but just ask 15-year-old virgin me in the bedroom with a baddie. 10 seconds is all you need. After 10 seconds, you will make a run back to your group. 1 point if you don't get caught. 2 if you do it twice, hit a little dancey dance, come back perfect success. And fuck all if you either get spotted or your booty tipped. The game was up to 6 points and the winner would get 25% of everyone's Halloween candy. So me and my friends were playing this game for 2 hours straight. And throughout the night, we had some pretty funny moments, not so funny moments, some questionable moments, but all in all, we were having a blast. If we were just referring to my friends because I was currently in 2nd place in the leaderboard, while the night was going from still young to Duke Dennis status. My nigga, I didn't have all the time in the world to claim victory, and I would be damned if a motherfucker could take 25% of my Butterfingers. I'm not going to explain how badly I'd go from Mr. Wholesome Guy to Scarface over this candy bar. But just know, a nigga play with my Butterfingers, I'm recommending him 2 knuckle sandwiches. So I was starting to get desperate since it was 10 p.m. and everybody's ready to call it a night and no one hit 6 points yet. I was looking for an easy and clear opportunity. And I found one. Down one of the last blocks we were going to hit, we saw this big ass crib at the end of the street. I can't really put into words what made this house so special, but I knew at that moment I found my next and final victim. I turned to my homie Josh, who was in the lead of the game, and say, bingo, blue house down the street. Plenty of spots to camp out. I say an easy 2 points and victory is in sight. Bro, I don't think you want to go for that house. My mom told me some crazy old guys on some schizophrenic shit in there. Retired war vet, ex-gang member, beat 2 bodies like he was overkilling in GTA. You might want to rethink that. But if I don't, then I pretty much lost the game, huh? Yeah, but hey, you win some, you lose some. It's just candy at the end of the What the fuck are you doing? Hey, what's a life without a little risk? That's a loser's mentality. Bitch, what is a life if you cease to exist? You finna lose at the game of breathing. Kick that door, you gonna be kicking and raving at Kurt Cobain's next sold out tour. I kicked the door and counted 10 in my head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. I get to 10 and we all book it behind a patch of bushes across the street from the house. We waited for a solid minute until someone opened the door and walked outside. Now, it was dark, so it was hard to make out exactly what I saw, but just to give a brief description, I saw a 6'5" plus white male, no, scratch that, behemoth exited out the crib. He looked around his yard for a minute after realizing no one was at the door, and while walking back inside his crib, he turned his back facing the street we were at and yelled, "Next time you little sons of beat on my door, you gonna wish you never stepped foot on this property here." He slammed his door shut, and me and the homies were left speechless. Everyone now knows the severity of the situation at hand. My other friend Rick is like, "Hey man, it's getting late, and those Cartoon Network Halloween rerun specials ain't gonna watch themselves, so I think we should call it a night." Yeah, I think that's enough playing with our lives for one night. Let's head up. Where the fuck is Mayhem? What the fuck is your problem? In the great words of King Von,
But check the scope. If y'all lose one more, that's 6-24.
the only score you finna be upping is a 1v1 against Kobe Bryant. This ain't a game no more. That man is going to kill us. Let's go. Alright, fine. Thank you. Is what I would say, but victory is mine. I knew by this point the second round would guarantee the win, but you see, my cockiness level was at an all-time high. Though the man who lived in the house was a little intimidating, judging from the fact that we were kids, I didn't think anything major would occur. So instead of me being poised and sharp, things got sloppy. I'm thinking in my head like, alright, so I basically won, so they better be sorting out my earnings in a timely fashion. Let me just turn around, hit my little dancey thing.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant well.
Within a matter of seconds, during my early Fortnite emotes, the old man swiftly opened the door, ready to grab me, but I was already off the porch, running to my friends by the bushes, and we all book it down the street, heading to Josh's side of the neighborhood, all while we hear the old man close on our trail yelling obscenities. And to only make matters worse, as we were running, we hear a deafening gunshot roaring through the air. This only makes me and my homies unlock our inner Sha'Carri Richards, cause now death was a serious possibility if we were to stop. We hit the end of this one block and decide to split off in 4 different directions. I head to the left while glancing back and seeing the man chase Rick down another street yelling, "Y'all better keep running, boy." Don't stop now. You wouldn't want your head blown off. I run down the alleyway, cut some corners, and run into a random McDonald's. I stop, catch my breath, and hide it out until the heat dies down. I waited a cool 10 minutes and gave Josh a call, and he informed me that he was able to get away from the man and was with our other friend Devontae, but Rick was nowhere to be found. We all linked back at the block we split off at, looking for Rick, trying not to think of the worst possible case scenario. That's when out of a random patch of bushes, Rick came rushing at us, out of breath. He then explained he was able to cut enough corners to shake the man off his trail. We then decided it was time to officially call it a night, because one more horror chase scene would have my heart chasing for a second chance at life. We get to Josh's house, had a good laugh about the situation. Well, that's a lie. They were all kind of just shitting on me for being incredibly dumb and causing a Resident Evil cutscene. I went home and vowed to never play Ding Dong Ditch for as long as I live on Earth. Moral of the story: make sure on Halloween you do normal Halloween shit. And Lil Timmy, there is no such thing as free candy in the menu.